Have you ever noticed that the very moment a younger woman starts showing genuine interest, you could unintentionally start pulling her away? Not because of how old you are, but because of small, unconscious behaviors that most men don't even realize they're doing. For men in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s, that attention from a younger woman can feel refreshing and energizing. It can bring back a sense of excitement, like something inside has been reawakened. But what often goes unnoticed is how quickly attraction can fade when subtle self-sabotaging patterns begin to appear. Without meaning to, many men disrupt the natural flow of connection before it has a chance to develop. This isn't about criticism, it's about clarity. In this video, we'll explore 7 of the most common mistakes older men make in these situations and how to avoid them so you stay confident, grounded, and naturally magnetic while still being fully yourself. The first mistake is trying to act like you belong to her generation. You don't need to compete with her age group, and honestly, you're not supposed to. Yet many men, when they feel that spark, start changing how they dress, picking up modern slang, following trends, or trying to match her level of energy in hopes of connecting more. Instead of increasing attraction, this usually has the opposite effect. It feels slightly forced, and she can sense the lack of authenticity almost immediately. What originally drew her in was not imitation, but your natural presence, your maturity, your calm confidence, and the depth that comes from real-life experience. That kind of value cannot be copied. Your age is not a disadvantage. It represents stability, clarity, and emotional grounding. When you stop trying to mirror her and stay rooted in your own energy, you naturally become more attractive without having to force anything at all. Another common mistake is unintentionally becoming her emotional support system. She begins to open up about her struggles, past experiences, and everyday stress, and because you genuinely care, you naturally listen and try to help. At first, it feels like trust and closeness are building, but gradually, you shift from a potential romantic presence into the person she leans on whenever she feels overwhelmed. There is a difference between offering support and becoming her therapist. A grounded man listens with empathy but does not absorb her emotional weight or lose his inner stability. He stays composed even when emotions rise around him. This kind of presence creates safety while maintaining respect and attraction. The moment you become her emotional crutch, the dynamic changes, and she may no longer see you romantically, but rather as a comfort she relies on. Stay supportive, but remain centered. Another mistake is chasing her validation. It often starts subtly. You begin giving more compliments than usual, checking your phone for her replies, and adjusting your time or behavior just to keep her attention. Slowly, without noticing, you start seeking her approval. The moment you rely on her validation, you give away your personal power. You stop leading and start trying to please. Even if she doesn't say anything, she can sense that shift, and attraction begins to weaken. A man with self-respect doesn't chase approval because he already knows his value. If she replies late, he stays focused on his own life instead of reacting emotionally. He doesn't over-text or panic. He stays grounded and continues moving with purpose. That steady self-assurance is what preserves attraction and makes her more invested over time. Another mistake many men make is trying too hard to impress her. They begin over-planning every detail of the interaction, from carefully designing dates to rehearsing what they should say in advance. They put pressure on themselves to appear more successful, more confident, or more interesting than necessary. Instead of creating real connection, this turns the entire experience into a performance. It also creates tension that she can easily sense. A grounded man doesn't try to perform for approval, he naturally takes the lead. He moves with quiet direction, makes decisions without hesitation, and stays comfortable in his own presence. True leadership is never loud or forced. It feels calm and certain. When you confidently guide the experience while staying relaxed, she feels secure and drawn in. But when you try to impress, that tension breaks the flow of attraction. The more authentic you remain, the stronger the connection becomes. Another mistake is imagining a future with her too early. You meet her, the chemistry feels strong, and your mind quickly begins constructing scenarios about what a relationship could become. Before you truly understand who she is, you are already emotionally invested in a version of her that exists in your imagination. This leads to false attachment and blurred judgment. You start overlooking behaviors you normally would question, and you accept things you might otherwise avoid. When reality eventually does not match the picture you created, disappointment follows. The key is to stay present and observe actions rather than fantasies or promises. Real connection develops slowly through consistent behavior over time. When you remain grounded in the present moment, you protect your emotional balance and make clearer decisions about who is truly right for you. Another mistake is allowing yourself to become her backup option. She gives you attention when it suits her, then disappears without explanation. She returns when she wants comfort, attention, or emotional reassurance. And instead of seeing the pattern clearly, you start making excuses for it, convincing yourself she is simply busy or unsure. But in reality, the situation is often much simpler than that. You are not being prioritized. You are being accessed when convenient. A grounded man does not remain in a dynamic where his value is taken for granted. He creates boundaries without emotional reactions or drama. He protects his time, his attention, and his inner balance. When you stop being constantly available, the dynamic reveals itself. Either she steps forward with real consistency, or she naturally fades out. In both cases, you regain your self-respect and stop settling for minimal effort. The final and most important mistake is losing sight of your own mission because of her. Your purpose, your goals, and the direction you are building in your life should always remain your foundation. The moment you begin adjusting your routine, abandoning your priorities, or pausing your growth just to stay in her attention, you slowly lose alignment with yourself. A man who is committed to his path carries a natural sense of strength and direction that cannot be faked. He continues moving forward regardless of distractions. That consistency is what creates real respect and attraction. When a woman sees a man who is dedicated to his life, she respects him more deeply. But when she sees a man abandon his direction for her approval, interest often fades. At the core of all of this is self-awareness and control. You are not here to chase validation or reshape yourself for anyone else. You are here to build, to grow, and to stay aligned with your values. When you remain grounded in your purpose, attraction becomes effortless, respect becomes natural, and your life stays firmly in your control. What most men don't realize in situations like this is that attraction isn't created by doing more. It's often maintained by doing less of the wrong things. When a younger woman shows interest, the dynamic feels exciting because it taps into confidence, novelty, and emotional stimulation. But that same excitement can make a man overextend himself without noticing. He starts adjusting his behavior, his time, and even his identity around the connection, thinking that effort is what keeps it alive. In reality, attraction is far more sensitive to balance than effort. If one person starts giving too much emotionally, too soon, or too consistently without equal investment in return, the dynamic naturally shifts. It stops feeling like mutual discovery and starts feeling like pursuit or dependence, which weakens the tension that attraction needs. Another layer people overlook is emotional pacing. Strong connections develop when both people reveal themselves gradually, not when one person becomes fully available immediately. When you open up too fast, overinvest, or make someone the center of your attention early on, you unintentionally remove mystery and space. That space is not emptiness. It is what allows curiosity to grow. Without it, the interaction becomes predictable, and predictability kills emotional pull. A grounded man understands that presence is more powerful when it is controlled, not constant. He engages, but he does not overwhelm. He listens, but he does not lose himself in the process. There is also the internal shift that happens when validation starts to matter more than connection. The moment you begin measuring your worth by how quickly she replies, how interested she seems, or how often she initiates, you stop interacting freely. You start reacting instead. And when a man becomes reactive, he unconsciously communicates uncertainty. That uncertainty changes how he is perceived, even if nothing else changes. Confidence in these situations is not about dominance or pretending not to care. It is about staying emotionally self-directed, where your mood and direction do not depend on someone else's behavior.